For most of the children in an impoverished community such as Alexandra, education is the one certain road out of poverty. But though there are more than 15 schools in this township, it seems that developing literacy is not guaranteed. Too many children are arriving in high school barely able to read their textbooks and unable to write at the required level. This scenario is not peculiar to Alexandra. Something has gone awry in our education system, not just here, but across the country. Most national and international assessments of literacy levels in South African schools reveal shocking results. In fact, across the country, literacy, the very basis of education, is in crisis.
Welcome to Phenduka Literacy Project. It's a project that's working hard to improve literacy skills in some of the primary schools in Alexandra. Phenduka is isiZulu for turnaround, and that's what we're trying to do with these children, because they're either struggling to read after 7 years of schooling, or else they're not reading at all. We think of it as rescue reading, because if they don't learn to read this year, their final year of primary school, they'll either fail grade 7, or if they're put up into high school, they're going to drop out within a year or two. They can't read their textbooks, they can't write their assignments. Phenduka has been developing its remediation program for more than 14 years. And bit by bit, we've learnt what delivers. We use a mix of methodology from the research at Wits Education faculty into literacy, but also through our own experience and through trial and error. Before we look at the program in action, let's try to understand the methodology that underpins it. When you meet an obstacle on the road, you don't just drive into it, you take a detour. In this film, we are going to show you a detour that you can use if your obstacle is poor literacy. Each of these letters stands for a step in the program, and we are going to explain each phase, each step of the way, and then we're going to show you what it looks like in the classroom.
Teachers need to know what level of reading the child is at so they can give support when needed. Many children climb the ladder of primary school with a very shaky grip on reading and writing and no literacy at all. When they are pushed up on grounds of age into high school, they won't be able to read their textbooks or write their assignments. Diagnostic testing makes sure that teachers can intervene before it's too late.
The bag fell her as she hopped it. They also find it difficult to climb trees and
Teachers in schools often avoid diagnostic testing, using the number of children in classes as a reason. But diagnostic testing can be done quickly and effectively in a short time, using a range of simple stories at the appropriate level, with no unfamiliar vocabulary.
You can't read. Okay. So we'll take you to Phenduka, and Phenduka is going to help you with your reading.
We are careful to use different stories with children sitting close to each other, so that they can't parrot what they have heard others read. Column 5 is where a second language English child is expected to be at grade 7. Column 4 learners need improvement in fluency. Column 3 learners are very weak. Column 2 is where we place a child who reads at a foundation phase level. Column 1 is for a child who still cannot read at all. Children in these first two columns need help urgently. Our program gives them that help.
We take all the children in the first two columns with us on our remedial program at our venue. Then we ask teachers to assist us in children that they think need our assistance.
You can imagine how children feel when they've got to grade 7 of primary school and still can't read. They feel worthless and inferior, though some children cover this up with bad behavior. Often they've been told that they can't read because they are stupid. School is an unhappy place for them. So at Phenduka, we start by creating an atmosphere that is free of fear and mockery. Their self-esteem is usually very low. We need to reassure them that they can learn to read with the right method.
From column 1 up to column 5. That is where we want all of you. Are you going to get to column 5? Yes. How many of you are going to get to column 5? Let me see.
It is a huge relief for them to know that their problem is acknowledged. There is no blame and that a way will be found to help them.
Remember, grade 7s, at Phenduka, you don't laugh at each other. When the other child is reading and is not getting it right, you do not laugh, because we do not take each other down, but we are lifting one another.
It was supper time at my house, so we all sat down to eat. My mother put the meal on the table.
Thank you, Morgan. That was great. Give him a clap.